Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming aboard. Michelle, I was just thinking of you earlier today. Um, this would be probably the Sunday, the 17th. Let's see. I'd have to look on my phone at the calendar. But I think it's the 17th. Sunday the 17th. How far is London from where you live, Michelle? Rob on the road. My day has improved. Thank you so much. Thank you for being aboard. This is great. And Linda, thank you for pre-thumbing. Troy is here. Welcome aboard. Before I forget, as you know, I've been having trouble with StreamYard. I think I may have solved it, but I'm not positive. But tomorrow's show, it's supposed to be for 2 hours from 6 to 8. Guess what? I have got 2 shifts I got to work tomorrow in Greenville, which is 21 miles away from here. And by the time I'm done and get back here, I think I'm going to be pooped. Plus, the other thing that's going on, Don will probably get most of it done. But as you know, the pickup truck, the 79 Chevy, has been down. Well, here's part of it. Yeah, part of it. Here's the main issue. Okay, bearings were here, and they went out. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But here is the bearing hub, and the axle comes through here, which is for the 4-wheel drive. Okay, so this is basically a disassembled wheel hub that is free normally, but when you push the gear in and turn it and lock in the axle to this, then it becomes 4-wheel drive. At any rate, so I'm learning quite a bit about how this all goes together. But as you can see, these threads are pretty well mangled. Why are they mangled? Well, when the bearings let loose, then the wheel went like this. So, I'm going down the road, the wheel's like this, and there's all this grinding going on inside. Well, the bearing races broke and started grinding. Everything broke and was just, as the wheel's turning, everything's getting ground up in here. So, getting it all taken apart, it's taken a little bit of time, more time than I wanted it to, but there it is. The fact that these threads were all messed up. Well, we got a new tool. It's called a thread chaser. Okay. If you're a mechanic, you know what this is, or you've probably seen them. But anyways, this goes around the axle, and then these threads right here, you can see it. That's what recuts or cleans out the threads. Problem is getting it started even, because there's no threads at the end of the axle, or the hub, if you will. These threads right at the end are just basically gone. So now the idea is, this is all going to be ground down to where those threads that are gone are gone. In other words, this hub will be a little bit shorter. Then these threads that are existing will be cleaned. And then what happens is one of these nuts I'll leave here. with Don. I'll leave him the one with the pin. So the one that has the pin goes on first, with the pin facing out towards, So once he has the threads where this will screw onto the end of this shaft, like that. If I could take this out of the bag, it'd be easier to see. There we go. All right. Okay, this is the one that has the pin. You see that pin? Okay, that pin faces out. Then, and it has to be torqued to 50 pounds and then backed off. And then this locking washer, this actually slides in the keyway like that. Okay, and then the pin goes into one of these many holes, whichever hole lines up. And then after that, the locking nut goes on. Okay, so that'll be up against this. This ensures that these bearings do not move back and forth. You have to do the right foot-pounds. I think this one is 50 foot-pounds. Then you back it off 180 degrees. You line up your pin, and then you put on your locking washer. It's also known as a castle nut. I shouldn't say called a washer. It's a castle nut. Okay. So there's a special wrench that goes on here and tightens that up. And you use the same wrench for the first one that has the pin. And that's the one that puts the pressure on the bearings to the proper pounds per square inch, which in this case is 50 pounds per square inch. You don't want to over tighten them because that can damage the bearings. You don't want to under tighten them because that can also cause problems. In our tearing this apart, there were many things that got screwed up. The part that engages the four-wheel drive, that's messed up totally. But anyways, as we took it apart, we had this washer that's all mangled. Okay, but we've ground it down and it's usable, but there's no pin. We found the where to put it, the washer, the locking washer. We found that, and then there was chunks of stuff in there, but well, wasn't the outer locking nut. As a matter of fact, the outer locking nut or pieces of it were never found. Most likely scenario. Why did my bearings go out? Because they gradually got loose. Why did they get loose? Because there was no locking nut. Don't know why. Whoever was in there before, for some reason, did not put the locking nut on. Bad news, Charlie, you know. So I have to work tomorrow. You know, two jobs going in Greenville tomorrow. But I'm going to leave this, and of course the hub with Don. And he was a machinist for 30 years, so, or maybe even longer. But he's going to machine this down to where you can rethread it and it'll be proper. The best way would be, of course, to replace this. Hard to find in a junkyard, which would be great if you could. But none found around here. The cheapest that I found online, I think, was Rock Auto. Not positive if it was Rock Auto, but anyway, you can only buy these by the pair, and we're looking at $315 for a pair. I only need one, but they only sell them by the pair. So guess what? I got to be budget conscious and just do one, which means rebuild that one. So Michelle, let's see here. Let me go down to see if you answered my question. Dang it, Holly, not yet. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you get in there?
Get what?
Did you go live?
Yeah, I'm live.
Okay, I'll call you back in a few minutes.
Oh.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Well, why don't you just stay? Oh.
Bye, everybody. I'll call you back in a few minutes.
Oh, why don't you just stay now, Holly?
Because I want to watch the weather.
It's going to rain. It's going to rain. She hung up. Anyways, Michelle and Georgianne already knows about this, but on about the 16th or the 17th, I will be in the Columbus area. Mark, welcome aboard. Sonia with a J, welcome aboard. So the idea is to get together with you and Michelle and hopefully Eve Newsom. I have her number now. Just got it a couple days ago. I've been following her for 5 years, maybe longer. She doesn't do YouTube. She ought to. She does Facebook and she does TikTok, and she's pretty funny. But interesting, she has a unique RV. It is a converted horse trailer, and it's pretty cool. So hopefully I'll be able to tour that. And she is from London, Ohio, which I understand is basically 40 miles southwest of Columbus. It might be closer to you, Michelle, but Georgianne told me it was about 40 minutes from her. So, maybe I can shoot you guys some gas money or something, and we can get together and have a dinner or lunch or something with Eve, and all three of us tour Eve's little trailer. And then after that, whether I stay in the London area one night or not, but then my next stop, Linda, is Cincinnati. So somewhere, Sunday, Monday, the 17th, 18th, should be seeing you. After I see you, then Louisville. Hopefully Diane Campbell and I can have a cup of coffee or breakfast or something. And then after that, Desert Adventures in Arizona. No, not quite, but it's getting there. Welcome aboard, Steve. So after, Michelle, Georgianne. Oh, by the way, I plan to stop and see Tina on my way to Ohio. But anyways, Georgianne, Michelle, and Eve. And then Linda Barker, and then Diane Campbell, Diane Phoenix, most of you know her by. And then my best friends, Dale and Diane, they are in Chapel Hill, Tennessee. We'll be stopping there for a day or two. And then from there, I'll be going into Arkansas, specifically Mountain Home, Harrison, Eureka Springs, and then probably Hot Springs. Anyways, I know people in that area, if I can find them. If I can't find them, that's all right. It's still a nice area. And then after Hot Springs, Arkansas, I'll be heading more southwest to Llano, Texas. So I'll be spending Thanksgiving in Mono, Texas. You're right, Rob. Kelly, welcome aboard. Actually, Michelle, you haven't missed too much because I have not been going live hardly. Part of it was way too busy here. I had the sale at Burley Park, and then I had a yard sale, and then I've had troubles with StreamYard, and then I've been busy trying to clean this yard up, and just, it's been a nightmare. And now it's been a nightmare because I'm trying to get ready to leave. Everything's got to get shut down, put away, just you name it. So there's a good chance I will be going live on Saturday for Guess the Channel. This past Saturday didn't get to because StreamYard was messed up. Now it looks like they've solved their issue, my issue, whoever issue it was. It's solved, it's working. So be it. We'll see what happens Saturday. But Wednesday, tomorrow, there's just not going to be any time to do the 2-hour show. So hopefully, who knows? I do have to work Wednesday. What is that? The 13th? I don't know. 12th or 13th. Whatever days. But, I'll be definitely trying to go live next week for sure. Whoops. Clicked on the wrong thing. I clicked on work to use that calendar, but I do have a calendar. Okay, so next Tuesday is the 12th. So, yeah. And the 13th, I'll be working here in Cedar. So chances are I'll be able to go live a week from Wednesday for, our word games. So, and then 16th, 17th, I should be on the road. Detroit area to see Tina, and then Columbus area in that same day or the next day, probably Sunday. And hopefully get to see Michelle, Georgianne, and Eve. Then after that would be like the 18th, 19th, somewhere in there to see Linda. Also Diane in Louisville. Chapel Hill, Tennessee, maybe by Thursday the 21st. Arkansas by maybe the 24th. And then head to Lano, Texas before Thanksgiving. And prepare for Thanksgiving. Should be fun. We were going to go to I'm talking about Lily. We were going to go to a state park down there that she knew of, but it's booked. So we're going to go to the Oxford Ranch and have Thanksgiving. And I got a couple extras of these. I'm wearing mine. Yeah, we're talking about the hub, the bearing hub. The axle comes through here. This is basically what you would call the bearing hub for the 4-wheel drive. This is on the left-hand side. Threads are all damaged because the bearings let loose as I was driving, and then everything kind of just ground, and it was terrible. Come to find out, it's because the locking nut, the castle nut, wasn't there. Whoever worked on the truck before did not. I'm going to pull the other side to make sure that that's not compromised as well. Buck chasing Linda. Yeah, Steve, that's what I'm working on, the hub. Repair that. Sonia with a J didn't invite you. Boo. Well, maybe she's not celebrating Thanksgiving, Rob. There's Diane. Diane, I don't know if you heard me, but chances are I'm going to be in your area. Let me look here. I'm guessing 18th, 19th of November. More or less a guess. Hopefully we can do coffee, breakfast, or lunch or something. 55 million miles away. Okay, Kelly. So it is Tuesday. I'm going to be like Holly. I'm going to read a joke. I found these. These are from 30 years ago or more. Wife asks her husband, "Why don't you play golf with George anymore?" She asked him. He said, "Would you play with a fellow who puts down the wrong score, moves the ball when you're not looking?" She said, "No." He says, "And neither will George." These are Mark jokes on here. Kind of. The boyfriend. "I'm not saying that she's a bad cook, but I know now why her family prays before they eat." Oh, I like this one. The child's persistent sniffling was annoying this lady. And she looked at him finally and says, "Son, you have a handkerchief?" And he says, "Yes, ma'am, but my mom won't let me loan it out to anyone." So Thanksgiving is a big one for your family. Okay, Nance. But the rest of the time they spend their Christmases at their own homes. I think I'm reading what you said, right? Oh, there's another one I like. Guy's in swimming, right? And he's not from around the locale. And he hollers out at a local person up on the beach. He says, "Hey," he says, "there's not any crocodiles around here, are there?" And the local guy says, "Oh, no, no, the sharks scare them away." Captain Hookery. I like that, Steve. Okay, that's about it for those. There might be one or two other good ones on here, but finding them right now is worse than Holly doing her thing. Then she loses her place, and then she can't see it. Anyway, it is good to be here with you. Sorry about the yawn. It's been a long day. I seem to have gained an hour of sleep, but I haven't been using it. instead of giving up at normal time, 7:30, I've been getting up at 6:30. What's up with that? But I did stop myself Sunday, or actually Saturday night, but Sunday morning, 2 o'clock. Yeah, I set my alarm 2 o'clock. Got up and set the clock back till 1 o'clock. Went back to sleep. I woke up at 2 o'clock, and I said, "Wait a minute! I already did this an hour ago." Can you imagine? What if you just kept? You wake up at 2 o'clock like they tell you to, and set your clock back, and go back to sleep. And then at 2 o'clock, the alarm rings. You get up, set it back. Just keep doing that. Pretty soon it's daylight outside, but it's only 1 a.m. Ron Darrell, welcome aboard. Ron and Darrell. Welcome aboard, Ron. Michelle, busy with Tom's wedding, week ending October 26th, your birthday. Two grandsons flew from Montana. Oh, wow, that sounds cool. So, Michelle, you still haven't answered my question. How far are you from London? And I don't mean where Mark is. And I don't mean where Kelly is. I mean London, Ohio. How far are you away from there? How do you tell the difference between a girl clock and a boy clock? The girl clock goes tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. The boy's clock goes tock, 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 tock. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of learning a little bit about that, Sonia. But gee whiz, I just paid my $50. Actually, it's up to 50. It's $53.70 I pay to StreamYard every month. And I got I don't know, what is it, the 200 hours a month version plan. I got memory, Alta Yahoo, and all that. And, I kind of like StreamYard. I'm used to StreamYard. But who knows if StreamYard, that's an option that I can use. But I think they fixed it. Somewhere along the line, they lost my YouTube connection. But when I told them what was going on, it took me twice. The first guy didn't help me. And then come to find out there's no help desk open on a weekend at StreamYard. Monday, I didn't hear back from them. So this morning, when I discovered I still got a problem, it didn't fix itself, I emailed them, and within an hour, I got an answer back, and now it's working. They told me to click on the 3 dots next to YouTube, and I was about to tell them there is no 3 dots. But then I just went through the normal routine that I normally do, and it is working. Okay, fine, I'll leave it alone. She had me at ahoy. That's cute. Well, I know I did, see? That's my I voted thing. Oh, you had hot chocolate. Hey, that's good. They didn't have any refreshments at our Baptist church up here. They do 4 precincts. So it was all done in the gymnasium. But no, there was no refreshments. But they did have extra, they had the normal I voted with flag on it, kind of an oval shaped sticker. Then they had these. These These are pretty cool. I like it. Lighthouse. Which reminds me, these Indians, from Arizona, they went to the East Coast. They were out on the Atlantic Ocean. They were like in New England area. Anyways, they were watching the construction of a lighthouse. I thought that was pretty cool. So they were pretty much watching it as it went on every day long. He fell down by missing a step into a dark barn, spent the evening in the ER. Oh, no! You were given really good drugs. Let's see. There's Versette that makes you, I don't care. The morphine, I can't take morphine, actually. No, don't give me morphine. I can't handle it. Anyway, how does a wiener go camping? I'll finish my joke before I let her get started. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a joke. Let me finish it.
Okay.
Okay, so these Indians are watching this lighthouse get built, and finally it's all done, and they were camping nearby, and that night a thick fog came rolling in, and the lighthouse siren blew continuously. The watchful Indians, they sat motionless for some time, and then one turned and muttered to the other, "Light shine, bell ring, horn blow, fog come just the same."
Sounds like they were at the ocean.
Lou Becca, yeah, they were. Welcome aboard. Okay, it's all yours, Holly.
Hey, everybody. How many do we have with us today, Jack?
19 until you start telling jokes.
Oh, jeez. Tell me if it goes down, I'll be upset. I'm so hurt feeling.
Don't get hurt. Don't get hurt.
Hello, everybody. This is Holly by golly with your weekly laugh report. And boo-boo-be-doop, I got some jokes for you. Okay, here we go. You know, when you pick up somebody at the bar and you take them home for the night, how do you get rid of them the next day?
I don't know.
You tell them you have a rash. What do you tell them if you never want to see them again?
What?
You tell them it turns out it wasn't just a rash and they won't let you leave.
That's a good way to make enemies.
You know, this guy is outside of a mental institution and he got a flat. And he was changing his tire and all of a sudden 3 of his lug nuts rolled down the street and into the sewer grate. And he was going nuts on what to do. All of a sudden, an inmate on the other side of the fence said, "Hey, why don't you take 1 lug nut from each of the other 3 tires?" And the guy said, "Thanks." And asked him, "What are you doing in there?" The inmate said, "Hey, I was crazy, not stupid."
Okay. Well, we only lost one so far. Diane went to get a drink.
What do buffaloes do at a savings and loan?
And we just lost Steve. He's going to take a nap. What do buffaloes do? What?
At a savings and loan.
I don't know.
They cash in their chips.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of buffalo nickels for some reason.
Okay. You know, my cousin, he went to work for the railroad as an engineer. And it was his day to run the train by himself. So his trainer asked him, "So, when you're going down the track and you're reaching 100 miles an hour and you're going around a sharp curve and you see a train coming right at you. What do? And my cousin says, I'll call my sister. And the trainer says, what? Call your sister? He said, yeah. The trainer asked, why would you call your sister? He says, I'd call her because she's never seen a train wreck.
Like there's going to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you said that.
I'm not racist at all. This one may start out as being racist, but in the end, you'll see it's a joke. Okay. What do you call it when 100,000 white people are chasing after one black man?
What?
The PGA Tour chasing Tiger Woods.
PGA.
The counts.
Okay.
PGA,
right.
yeah.
All right. That's a stupid joke. All right.
What item can you find in Pete's closet as well as on Pete's tree?
I don't know.
Pete's moth.
Pete's moss. Okay.
Okay.
Where do you get these?
I have come up with some ways that we can all save water. For one, you could put chunks of brick in your bladder. Number 2, you can share a shower. Number 3, you can wash your veggies in the shower when you're in the shower.
Okay.
Number 4, you can boil up an old friend.
Oh, geez.
Number 5, you can brush your teeth in the shower. Number 6, you can take a shower while washing your car.
Okay.
What does a bull cow call a cow that turns him down?
Okay, what?
A milk dud.
Oh, geez.
All right. What do you call the area behind a fat man's belly?
Behind my belly?
A fat man's belly.
I'm looking.
Slop shade.
I thought that was under.
That's what I said.
You said behind.
I said under.
No, you didn't. Whatever. I was trying to figure out how to look behind.
A fat man's belly. What do you call the space under a fat man's belly? Slop shade.
Yeah, okay. I got it now, but I was trying to look behind my belly because I'm the fat guy.
Okay. Here's some news for you. They figured out that bums can't figure out how to get 2 quarts of water in that little Kool-Aid
Captain
packet.
Hook, Kelly.
Okay, here's another bit of news. The news is recently they heard that trees talk to each other, so they put a tape recorder in these woods, right? And here's what they heard on there. Run, here comes another dog.
Oh.
So you don't get pissed on?
Oh, okay. I thought it had something to do with barking.
Nope.
Trees, bark, Sorry.
They've got some propositions. Seeing as how it's voting day, it's perfect day to say these. Okay? There's been a trend that Proposition 82 is about the lazy husband, and the proposition, they got a trend that 90% it'll pass because it says that the hubby doesn't move off the couch the entire weekend, you could declare him dead. And there's a Proposition 86 that proclaims that time change is halted and happy hour can run 24 hours a day.
Okay.
And then there's a Proposition 43, which states roadside carcasses will be allowed to apply for jobs with the phone company.
Oh, geez. All right.
Anyway, I kind of said them in the wrong order here. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, folks. That's all I got for you today.
Okay.
This is Holly by Golly. I'm going to turn it back over to Captain Jack Scrapper. And boop, boop, beep, doop. Hope I gave some laughs to you.
Okay. I told everyone else, Holly, but I will not be going live on Wednesday night. There's just not going to be enough time. So I have to work. I have to work 2 jobs in Greenville, and then get back here and work on the truck.
Okay.
So I'm going to be dead.
Yeah. Anyway, you don't be dead. Just be tired.
All right.
To poop to talk.
Yeah.
Wow, that would
like
be an odd one for you, Jack. To poop to talk.
Okay. Well, you got
You're
me.
one person that knows how to talk. How many people you still got in there, Jack?
Oh, we got 15.
Oh, 4 of them dropped out on us.
It's all right. They'll be back.
After I leave?
No, I don't know.
Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed it tonight. I love you all. And Jack, I will talk to you tomorrow.
All right, sounds
Please
good.
give Jack all your input, and I can correct what needs to be corrected as needed. Anyway, I love you all.
You're getting better,
and I
Holly.
hope you all have a good night.
You are improving.
Good night, babe.
All right.
I love you.
Yep, love you too.
Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Yep, bye. I'm getting a lot of spam calls. They're just one after another. It's, probably political. It's half of them. But then the other half, now that it's November, is, Medicare, insurance, Blue Cross Blue Shield, you name it. All these different companies wanting to take over your insurance. Anyways, Michigan Carol, welcome aboard. So Michelle, did you figure out, and I may have missed it, you may have answered me, did you figure out how far away from London, Ohio that you are? Because I am coming down your way, not this weekend, but the following weekend. 15th, 16th, somewhere in there. And that's my drop dead date, basically, is I'm leaving here the 14th or the 15th, Friday the 15th. I think I have to work in Cedar, and then I'll leave from Cedar. I was going to leave this morning, but hang out a little bit longer. There's still more to do, and there was a heck of a lot of pressure to get it all done by this morning, and that, then you have the unfortunate incident with the bearings on the truck that has set me back a little bit. So and just chill out and take it as it comes. Things are coming together, just a little slower than we thought. 3 in a week? Oh my goodness. Mike's at the queue already. Wow. I won't be hitting the queue until probably 1st of December. Pretty close in there. Because when I leave Texas, I'll probably go up through Las Cruces, New Mexico again, and chances are I'll stay there and work for a week. And then, second week of December, I should be at least in southern Arizona, Sierra Vista, da da da. And then, you know, I'll either work for a little bit and then go to the queue, or I might go to the queue first and then come back down. Don't know. I'm thinking about going up to Kingman. Terry, my old neighbor from here, he's supposed to be up in Nevada. What is that, Laughlin? No, that's north of Kingman. So I might shoot up there and hook up with him. Put a new battery in your hearing aid. Oh, man, that's a good one, Kelly. 40 minutes. Okay, Michelle. That's what Georgianne said as well. So maybe we'll figure it out. Maybe I can get Eve to meet us halfway in between. I don't know. But Eve Newsom, Michelle, if you don't know her, she's on Facebook. And she doesn't do YouTube, but she does Facebook and TikTok. She's funnier than that, a rubber crutch. But she has a camper that is, it's a converted horse trailer, and it's pretty cool. So hopefully we'll get to see that. Although she may have it stationary kind of parked. So I may have to have you or ask you to drive the extra 40 minutes. But I'll make it worthwhile. I'll buy supper or lunch or whatever we decide we're doing. I think there was another one on here. I'm looking quick. No, I can't find the really good ones. I think that's all there was that I already told. I will, Michelle. I got to somehow dig down through my phone and see if I can find your number again. Because it's been a while since we texted. And if I can't find it, well, then I'll ask Georgianne and then we'll go from there. Because Georgianne and we text quite a bit. She's kind of in the upper echelon. Yeah, that sounds funny. Well, I was thinking if Eve's trailer is stationary, then we'll meet in London somewhere at a mom and pop. I think there's a couple of them in that area. And then maybe we can go tour her trailer. It's just kind of a get together, meet and greet, chit chat, have food, and and some fun. You will like her. I'm looking forward to meeting her in person. I've been friends with her for 5-6 years, something like that. But as said, she does not do YouTube. She does not do. She does Facebook and TikTok mostly. And as far as when, looking at the 17th, which is a Sunday. Okay, thank you, Michelle. Do you need my number? I don't mind. I'll put my number in here. Anybody can have my number. I'm fine with it. And text is best. Because a lot of times when the phone rings and I don't recognize the number, I do not answer it. But text, I kind of always think that when a number rings and I don't know it. Okay, Rebecca, thank you for being aboard. I'll be getting off here in about 11 minutes myself. Susie is coming on, I believe, right after me. That's travel around Susie. So she should be coming up. We'll do a raid. Linda or someone, could you verify that? Michigan Carol, could you look, see if Traveling Susie is travel around Susie? Is she up for 10 minutes from now? I think she is. Um, yeah, I'll get a phone is ringing, and I'm like, I don't recognize that number. But if I say to myself, well, I'm not going to answer it, and if it was something important, they can text me. Because after all, they have my number. So if they don't text me, well, then that tells me it was probably, an advertising, telemarketing, or spam, whatever. Spam or scam. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Boy, Mom, this milk and cookie dinner, this is just as good as the milk and cookie lunch we had earlier. Lassie, come home. Remember that? Was it June Lockhart played the mom on Lassie, Come Home? And they're always having milk and cookies. All the time. Numbers going on the toilet wall. Thank you, Mark. Right next to Jenny's. 8675309. Oh, goodness gracious. Such notoriety. I've got the lighting kind of figured out good tonight. I got 2 lights, plus the one behind me in the kitchen. Could almost get away without having the one in the kitchen. Truckers from all over will be calling. Oops texting. Instead of butt dialing, oops texting. I like that. Oops texting. Sounds rather purposeful. What did Rose call that? The phones were sexting. Something silly like that. Oh, mercy. It's been a long day. As said, it's my body still thinks it's 7:30, but it's actually 6:30. But by 8, I got up 6:30, made coffee, and I had a donut, and then Don came along and said, "Aren't we going to go vote?" I said, "Well, of course we're going to go vote," and we did. I was voter number 38. He was number 33. Or no, 28 and 33. And it was kind of good to see, a parking lot filling up with people that were coming in to vote. So that's a good thing. I've been to some in the past that I got there at 7 in the morning and I was voter number 1. That's happened twice. Once in Wyoming and once up here. Oh, wow. Yeah, the deer are definitely aggravated. We've seen so many around here that's ridiculous. They're definitely in rut, and the bucks are chasing the does, and of course, it's not just at night; it's during early morning hours, especially. Yeah, the deer are running in places where they don't normally run. And unfortunately, they're getting hit by cars and trucks, and it's a normal thing this time of year. It's sad. I hate to see deer get killed by cars, but also I'm sure people don't like to damage their cars either. Plus, it makes them late for work. Okay, there we go. I'm guessing that's Travel Around Susie's link. We'll be visiting her in less than 5 minutes. They run amok. Yeah, they run crazy, that's for sure, Sonia. Everywhere. I don't think it's just here in Michigan. Obviously, New Jersey's got them, and pretty much every state, I would think, has deer. Is there a state where they don't have deer? I don't think so. I think every state has deer. Maybe not quite as many, but I've seen deer in Sierra Vista. Not seen any in New Mexico, but that doesn't mean that there isn't. And I would think if we have them in the desert, if we're going to be for sure in other states where it's not desert, it's woods, forests. Santa's reindeer. I think, Kelly, I was in Yuma, Arizona, and there's a military base near there, and it's a proving ground. But anyways, so you see lots of things going on. You hear artillery going off. They're testing or practicing, whatever. Like somebody said, well, what are they trying to prove? Anyway, I was driving, and the base was on my right-hand side. I was heading for some BLM land. Lake, what's the heck the name of that lake? It starts with an M. Anyways, there was BLM land that I was heading towards. And so the base was on my right-hand side, and there was two 12-foot fences. 12 foot. That's pretty tall. Plus they had the angled wire at the top, barbed wire, 3 strands. Then on the left-hand side of the road, I'm heading south. On the left-hand side of the road, I believe was, national property or BLM land. Anyways, but there was also a 12-foot fence with barbed wire. And it dawned on me, they're calling it proving grounds. Well, they probably had those fences. Oh, plus there was a deer crossing sign. I'm like, wait a minute. How are the deer going to cross here at all with these fences that are 12 foot tall with barbed wire? Then I thought, oh, that's probably reindeer. Yeah, reindeer games. Nancy, if you ever get a chance, there is a B movie out there, and it's called Reindeer Games. It's a very good movie. It's a B movie. It was made in Michigan, in the Upper Peninsula, but it's a good movie. It's a twister. In training. Yeah. That's right. They're in training. The crazy one's name is Chet. He's in training. Chet. Is that short for Chester? I had a goat named Chester. He was crazy. He could almost fly. Certainly jump up on my Toyota and then get up on the hood or the roof of the Toyota so he could reach the tree branches. Silly goat. All right, it's time. Let's follow that link and go give Travel Around Susie some love. Thank you for being aboard tonight. Fair winds and smiles. And may God bless. Talk to you later.